Okay, here is the first video showing you, starting with an equation, how do you go from there to a table to a graph. And remember, this is an equation that's showing constant growth. We know the growth rate is the growth rate is 2, because that's where the growth rate goes, and then we know the starting value is 3. Okay, so the way to do this is we first need to make a table of values, and I'm going to show you some tricks to do this. So our table is going to be X and Y, and what I would like you to do is make at least 3 pairs of numbers, because that's how many we need to make a line. And using an input, at least one is negative, and at least one is positive, and then you should also use 0. I'll show you why in a second. So here's what I'm talking about. So let's just say we try -2. If you put -2 in for X, I'm just going to show the example down below here. What you get is Y equals 2 times -2 plus 3. So that would give us -4 plus 3 is -1. So the input of -2 gives us an output of -1. We can try putting 0 in. I'm not going to show the math for all of these, but 2 times 0 plus 3 is 3. And then we can try putting something like 1 in. One thing you just want to be careful of is making sure that you pick numbers where you think the numbers are going to fit onto the graph. So putting in 1, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. All right, so I have 3 table values, and then what we learned last time is how to graph these. So I'm going to go over to my graph. -2, starting at the origin, 2 to the left, down 1. There's -2, -1. 0, 3, it's right there, and then 1, 5 is right there. You can see that they do nicely appear to be in a line, and then all of these are going to be continuous because we could pick any value in between the whole numbers if we wanted. It just makes the math a little bit harder. So because it's continuous, we're going to connect the dots. So here's how I want you to do this. I want you to draw a line through the dots. A ruler would be better. I don't have one right now, so I'm just going to be careful. And we're going to extend this line to the edges of our graph. Okay, I want it nice and long so that it goes the entire length of your graph, and then the arrows on either side say this line goes on forever and ever. So that's what this looks like. Table, graph, both of those. Okay, I'm going to show you one more example. This one with a growth rate that is negative. Okay, so we're going to start looking at what does it mean to be changing. In this case, the growth rate is -3, so it's going to go down 3 every time. That would be like a tree, instead of growing 3 feet a year, it's shrinking 3 feet a year. Or maybe a tree's not, maybe it's an iceberg that's melting and it's getting 3 feet shorter every year. Okay, so same exact steps. X and Y, pick one that's negative, pick one that's 0, pick one that's positive. When I'll just show the 1, -3 times -2 plus 1 equals 6 plus 1 equals 7. So -2 in, 7 out, 0 in. The reason it's nice to put 0 is because whenever you multiply the growth rate times 0, that goes away and you're just left with the starting value. So that's going to be 1. And then -3 times +2 is -6 plus 1 is -5. Okay, so -2, 7, left 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right there. 0, 1. It's right there. 2, -5. It's right there. You know you're doing it right, and you have a nice, all the points fall in a line. And then draw a line as straight as you can from the edge to the other edge of your coordinate plane, and arrows. I'm going to be picky about this. The line needs to be extending to the edges of your graph and the arrows.